Hello out there everyone, this is Bane KNG here today to show you how to make a efficient farm, automated farm. This is your typical farm that most people would make. I am going to do this in a two-part series. The first part is going to be explaining some of the mechanics of the game with some of the mechanics of the redstone to make this automated. If you're pretty familiar with the mechanics of water and redstone, then you might want to skip to the second video. This is going to be probably a little boring for you, or you can watch this and maybe you might be able to learn something. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. So anyways, this is typically what most people would make as a farm, having water running on both sides, go through and then go through and just, I'm in creative mode, so this is going to destroy, but go through, farm it, you run over it, and you'd have to re-till the land. Although I have done one thing down here which I will get to, which helps with that. So let's go ahead and actually start off with water mechanics. So I've kind of gone through and did little stations here to walk you through every single little thing here. So for water, this is kind of an important thing to understand, is how the water runs, how far it runs, that kind of stuff. So you put a block of water down right here, you see it will run only to a certain point and then it stops. Now we can use that to our advantage. So water will run a total of 7 blocks. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's 8 long, but the source block where you put it is where it starts, and then it will go 7 more, continue on down the way. Now you can use this as a canal to put things into, such as, we'll put this piece of dirt in here, you see it'll travel down. So we can continue this even farther if we want by digging it down and making it go even farther. Now, the one thing about this is there's 2 ways you can do this. One, you can just dig out that 7th block right there. It'll continue down. The problem with this though is if you have something come down here, most of the time it will work, but there is a chance when it comes down here that it will get stuck. You see how it slows down? Sometimes it will get stuck down here. So the best way to actually do this would be to let it go to its 7 blocks, put another set of water, another bucket of water right here, so that when it flows it will just be a seamless, where it just continues to flow down and it won't slow down at all. And you can continue to keep doing this down as far as you want. You can keep on going with this. The only thing is you have to keep going down a level to continue this on in order to carry items like this. There's other ways to continue water on if you're moving like a mob spawner, in a mob spawner, that kind of thing, but that's not what we're doing here. So with that, let's go ahead and go to some of the mechanics of some redstone here. So a lot of people want to work with these pistons, but they don't exactly understand how to wire the redstone for these pistons. So there's different ways you can wire these things. See, like here, these pistons will work, all of these different ones here. So we're going to go through all these different sections here. Some of them try to do them semi-briefly, but just so you can understand each piece of this. Now when the repeaters, I think that, you know what, I just blanked out. Redstone repeaters, yes, actually I know they are. Redstone repeaters. You can do this different ways. This is the easiest way to do it, is using redstone repeaters. You can go into this block. Now what this does is it actually powers this dirt block right here. And with this powered on, it will send the power to these pistons. Now you can have different things going with that. You can use these for lots of different things to power them. So you can power them from below like this. So you turn the piston on, or turn the lever on here, power it on, the pistons will work. From up here, this is going across the top. As you see, there's dirt going across the top. Now the only way to get this to come across the top like this is you need to put redstone here, so it will power the blocks above it right here like this. Flip the switch, the pistons will activate. And then this one here is you can activate these blocks on the side of it, which same thing works. And then this here is coming in basically and activating the top of it from here without anything above it. And I will show you different instances of this. Now for the pistons, there's different ways that you can wire this. You can go redstone straight into it like this, works perfectly fine. Repeater into it, works fine. You can have a torch underneath it, and you can turn your power on, torch will light up, piston will go up. Now one thing to remember when you're working with the torches like this is when you have wire coming in, you have to go same thing as over here with this I was talking about. It lights up the block underneath it. It's the same scenario here, where you have to have the redstone going into the block underneath it in order for it to turn off this redstone right here. So if we were to have it go straight into the torch like this, you see it does nothing. It actually will power this redstone wire. If we come in from underneath, it powers this block right here, turns that redstone torch off. For here, basically this is showing the same thing I just explained actually. Doesn't work here. You can turn it off by powering it from the side. Turn that back on. Now you want to come in from underneath. This does not work. You cannot come in from underneath. You need to come in from the side. The only way to come in from underneath is by using another redstone torch, and you can relay them up, but you still have to come in from the side right here. Now this kind of shows here that you can use a piston to power this block. It'll turn it on. You can put a repeater and go through blocks like this. It will light it up. You can put, let's see here, redstone torches will work. Redstone torch, see that turns off. Turn it back on. Turns off. This works with a lot of different items. It does not work with everything. It does not work with note blocks as far as lighting them up. But you get the idea. So anyways, we're going to be working with pistons. So the rest of that really doesn't matter. That's for a different video. So you get the idea there with that. So that's the basics of some of these pistons here and how to do this, because you may want to wire them differently. So depending on how you want to wire it, how you have your wiring come in, how, different designs of how you want to do this. At least this way you have a understanding in the way that so that you can wire this the way you want to. Let me explain a little bit about this here. So you can also go in like this, which takes a little bit more. Sorry, you cannot do that. I'm sorry. What I was going to show you was you cannot do it like this. You can run, I believe you can run redstone underneath it. I'm not sure. This will not work. You need to have something actually going into it. Don't think, oops, I just broke my lever. Hang on, let's fix this. So this won't work either. You need to have, the only way to get this to work is to put a redstone torch under here, or to actually activate this block underneath, which, there it is. I'll get rid of this bucket for right now. It's the easy, like I said, the easiest way is to do this. The wires don't get crossed this way, and it will activate the pistons. Now let me show you one other simple thing that you need to understand. The wiring will only travel, I'm sure you may have heard this, other places will only travel so far before you actually have to put a repeater of some sort in, whether you use a redstone torch, you use a redstone repeater. Either way, you need to repeat this signal, and I'll show you in the next video where I have a little bit longer wiring where I had to use repeaters. You can see here that these last two did not actually activate. And that's because it only will light up, I can't remember, it's 13 or 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Thought it was, yep, it's 15. Okay, so it's 15 blocks it will light up. Past that, it will not work. Now if we go in here, put a repeater in, it's not 15 long, so all of them will work. So that's an important thing to remember when you're wiring things. Would be a reason why some of your pistons might not activate when you flip your switch, or however you want to do it. You can use a button. Flipping a switch is probably the easiest because you can control how long you want the water flow. So at this, I'm going to go ahead and end this first video here so that I can get into the actual farm stuff. Second video, we're going to go through these different sections here. I'll explain different ways of doing it and what you're trying to accomplish with each one. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.